Hi there, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Tracy and this is From the Hut. This month for January and February of 2024, I'm participating in the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. This is a challenge where you try to eat out of your pantry. For myself, my rules have been that I'm going to try to live on less. Most of the reason for this is because my husband is currently off work due to a broken ankle. So I've been trying to reduce my grocery budget by half. So normally for a family of 5 in Nova Scotia, Canada, our grocery budget is $6.50 a month. If you're in the US, that equals out to about $480 a month for the 5 of us. However, for the month of January and February, I'm going to try to eat more out of my pantry, and I'm reducing my budget by half. So my budget now is $325 a month, or about $75 a week. So 2 days ago, I released a video of what we spent this week. Days, my total was $38.78 that I spent at the grocery store. That was mostly on some bread products and some snacks and some frozen veggies, and of course milk. We do buy milk every week. But I think I'd like to go over what we've actually made this week to eat. So I kind of wrote down some notes, and what I'm going to try to do is insert the photos that I took of what we ate for every meal. I got to figure out how to do that first though. But I'm going to record this first, and then I'm going to figure that out. I'm very new to this, and technology is not my strong point. So week 1. So to start out, I didn't record any of our breakfast meals. We typically have toast, eggs, cold cereal. Lots of times I'll just have coffee. We do a lot of oatmeal. And I also do, for myself personally, just a lot of leftovers. I'll have soup for breakfast. I'll have whatever. And lots of times I'll just skip breakfast. But the kids usually have oatmeal first, probably toast and eggs second, and then cereal third. So week 1 started with January 1st. So for lunch, we had leftover snacks from New Year's Eve. Supper that night, I really wanted to have a proper sit-down supper. For all the craziness of the holidays, I just wanted to have a nice family meal. And my husband requested deer chops, so it's like the tenderloin of the deer, but cut into steaks.
So I wrapped the tenderloins in bacon, fried those in the cast iron skillet, and fried up the rest of the bacon. Then we had scrambled eggs, some fries in the air fryer, and steamed broccoli. Here is my plate with everything on it.
First day of school, so January 2nd, so the kids were back in school. I didn't take a picture of this, but the kids had Lunchmates. I bought them New Year's Eve, just the crackers and cheese, and then I think I threw them each a granola bar as well. So not exciting, but for the first day back at school, I wanted to make it super easy, and I was able to get those for 97 cents each. Me and my husband also have, for lunch that day, had more leftovers. And then we had some spring rolls that I had made for Christmas that I just had a few frozen ones left over. So I just threw a couple of those in the air fryer. And we had that with some dips and some sandwich meats and stuff.
For supper that night, I had a 50% off rotisserie chicken I had bought on New Year's Eve. So I shredded that up and served it with some basmati rice, some steamed broccoli, cucumber slices, and then I had a little bit of dill dip left from New Year's Eve. And here is my supper plate for January 2nd.
January 3rd, I also didn't take a picture of this, but the kids for lunch had some just the leftover rotisserie chicken on a couple pieces of bread, and then they had a granola bar, yogurt, same stuff as usual, but I didn't take a picture.
For lunch, for myself and my husband, I grabbed the rest of the shredded chicken, the leftover rice. I did some broccoli, cabbage, mushrooms, carrots, onions, some garlic, and then had a jar of pickled peppers. And I just made us a quick chicken stir fry. There was plenty for us each to have, 2 bowls, delicious. For supper that night, I did a sandwich board, sort of serve yourself. I just did some toast and some fries, and then I wanted to use up a bunch of these deli meats. A lot of these I bought for Christmas Eve and Boxing Day, so I wanted to get them used up. I did some oranges, some apples, a couple veggies there, a little bit of leftover dip, and some cheese. And everyone just made their own sandwiches. It was great. And the kids went crazy for the oranges. It's been a few months since we've had oranges in the house, and they were very excited to have them again.
Also on that day, during the day, I made oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. And I didn't take a picture of that either. All right, so I started getting better at taking pictures.
Okay, so they all had some leftover apple slices from the sandwich board the night before, a yogurt, a granola bar, and a homemade oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. And they each made a sandwich and took a couple veggies to take as their main item. We also had some leftovers off the sandwich board and a little bit of leftover fries. And then I threw together a quick salad to use up even more of those 7 heads of lettuce.
For supper that night, I had some frozen pork that I had canned, so I pulled that from the freezer.
So I heated up the pork with some barbecue sauce and toasted some hamburger buns that I got from the 50% off bin with a little bit of cheese. I had the rest of that coleslaw I made the other day, and I served it with some box mac and cheese. Here is my plate.
January 5th, for lunch, the kids had
some leftover mac and cheese, a yogurt, Teddy Grahams, granola bar, and then they each had a banana for lunch. While the kids were at school, I made some chocolate zucchini brownies, and then when my oldest got home, he frosted it with some of the leftover icing from cinnamon buns that we had on Christmas Day.
And for supper, because it was a Friday, we did frozen pizzas. One of the frozen pizzas I got at 50% off on New Year's Eve, and then I had some no-name pizza that I had purchased, I think back on the 20th. All right, so now it's the weekend. So Saturday, January 6th, for lunch, I wanted to test out, I have a whole bunch of hummus left in the fridge. I'd made it a couple times over the Christmas break. We went through a lot of it because we had a lot of cut veggies and crackers and things. So I had a little bit left that I wanted to use up. So I tried my hand at making homemade tortillas. I have both a press. I have a press that someone gave me, but I didn't find a press very thin. So then I just rolled them out by hand and just fried them on a cast iron skillet. They came out really nice. I did actually immediately go to YouTube and look at how I can make them even thinner, but I think that is something I will do in the future, but I just wanted to do a little test batch. So for lunch that day, we all had the tortillas, some hummus, cucumbers, and some carrots. And then also the zucchini brownies we had from the day before. Supper that night was kind of a little bit of everything. So me and my husband had BLTs with coleslaw. And then I made sheet pan pancakes for the kids with blueberries. And then because the sheet pan pancakes are pretty much dessert, I just fried up a couple eggs for everybody. Some runny eggs, as my kids say, that's how they like their eggs, with the runny yolks.
Here's just the plates from our Saturday night supper, and here is mine.
January 7th would have been the Sunday. So for lunch, it was sort of every man for himself. Some kids had peanut butter and jelly. We had leftovers. There was a little bit of pizza left. One kid had pizza. There was a couple pancakes left. Another kid had pancakes. For supper that night, I was gonna do sandwiches, grilled cheeses, and soup. But I was feeling something a little more hearty. It was cold on Sunday.
So I decided to make some pasta with some fried ground beef, some shredded mozzarella cheese. I did a little quick salad, and I'd also made a couple loaves of bread on Sunday. So we had it with some homemade bread and then just a jar of my home canned tomato sauce from my tomatoes I grew this summer. This is me and my husband's plate. This was a fantastic supper.
And I know if you notice in my picture, this is how I serve a lot of my meals, is buffet style. And I kind of keep a lot of the ingredients separate. I find it really helps with the kids being able to choose what they want. And if it's something they don't want, they don't have to grab it. I know a lot of people are like, this is what's for supper, this is what you're eating, but I don't find that particularly works for us. If I make a big casserole, I've just found with my children, and I guess I can empathize because myself, I was a very picky eater as a child, and I'm not now at all. So I like being able to pick and choose what I want to eat, and I'm going to give my kids the same luxury. I don't know if that makes me too soft, but I think it's good that they have some choices. Hopefully everybody cooperates and I can edit this or figure out how to edit and put in pictures and post this today on Thursday, January 11th. So this is for January 1st to 7th, the first week of the challenge. What I think I'm going to do next week is either Monday or Tuesday. I'm aiming for Monday to post a video of everything I ate for the second week. I think it'd be better to post what I ate for the week and then what I buy on the Wednesday or the Thursday. Anyway, that's my plan. I'll see if we can do it. But that's everything we ate this week. Thank you so much for joining me and have a great day.